We need a Gen Z primer on the penguin.
Okay. It's okay.
Adrian thinks he just wants to go find a pebble.
Before you start, let me tell you what I see by it and why I don't get it.
And then I'll tell you what I think, and we'll see who's closer.
So I see it as the penguin is wanting to go back home, right, where he is comfortable and where he knew what he was. Like, that's kind of what I view it as, right? And now I've only seen it in like 10-second clips, right? And that's the most I've seen, right? Yeah. So now Rob's take is different.
I see it as the penguin is, of course, a flightless bird, and he is running towards the mountain to get closer to the sky he cannot fly up into.
Yes. Okay. So this is from a documentary. All right. It's a Werner Herzog documentary.
Yeah.
I first was told about this. Black Monk Rosaries actually tagged me in the video in like July of last year. So I already knew about this before the edits and stuff were going on. It's almost like it's like and I showed this to my wife and she didn't understand this. It is totally, if you either get it or you don't, but the penguin, it almost represents like the Faustian spirit of the West. He's described by the narrator as being like a suicide, like he's delusional. He's described as being delusional because he's going to go into the the wilderness of Antarctica, even like more wilderness than normal Antarctica, going to the interior, to die. Essentially, he's going to die, and it's not necessarily about the penguin itself, but what it represents, right? Yeah. So he's leaving the herd of other penguins, going on this impossible mission towards certain death. So like obviously everybody just injected just a bunch of Nietzsche crap into it. So like the herd is representing like the last man, which is your average person, in the 9-to-5 grind, and they're trapped in that, and to remain within that is in a sense its own death, right? You're trapped in the herd. So the deranged penguin, described as delusional, is fleeing that. It's actually like a very deep meme. It's a lot deeper than people think it is. It's fleeing this this last man mentality, and it's the Ubermensch, right? You're climbing, you're ascending the mountain like Zarathustra did, in Thus Spoke Zarathustra. So the march is not like this delusional error. It's loving one's fate, even if that fate is destined for suffering or something. It's just Zoomers trying to inspire ourselves, I guess. I don't know.
It's got a real Into the Wild, Chris McCandless sort of feel to it.
Totally. Yeah. It's definitely not Returning Home. I wish that sounds way more wholesome than it actually is.
So here's my thinking on it, because when penguins mate, especially the male, he presents the female with a stone, right? Mm-hmm. Because the penguins mate for life. You don't get stones on a glacier, right? You have to get them from somewhere where there's going to be stones, which is near the mountain, right? So that's, because when I was watching that, 20-second clip of the documentary, he was going to the mountain. He's going, he's obviously going to die because all the food's at the sea, and like he's going to starve to death, basically. I was like, yeah, but like that's where they've been mating, right? Is closer to the mountain, not at the mountain specifically. And so he's, I kind of saw that as him returning to that because that's where he's most comfortable, right? Even though he's separating himself from the herd.
Yeah.
Right? But I am obviously wrong.
Yeah.
So I had to bring in because Rob goes, he's like, should we get a whole Majorian and have him come in here? I was like, yeah, I just like this is.
There's the Alabama internet again.
I get it. No, I mean, there's definitely that. The most common caption I see it with is the urge to seek something larger than yourself, or there's nothing. It's that Nietzsche quote. It's like there's nothing greater than to die in the pursuit of something impossible, So it's all about the death element is definitely a part of it. But I think it's like it's not even just a Zoomer thing. I think it's a part of masculinity is, we don't die in a way. We die in a very sterilized hospital bed now. I think Mishima talks about this.
Yeah.
People don't die in epic ways anymore. And I'm using epic, not in the, cringe, millennial sense,
right.
but you know what I mean?
Like in the literary sense. Yeah.
Yes. So it's kind of like that, we used to have frontiers. I'm sorry, I'm getting very metaphysical about the penguin right now. We used to have these frontiers where we would go on. We would go, sail across. Columbus would sail across the ocean to the New World, or we would in America we would go to the West.
Manifest destiny.
Gold. The 1800s we had colonization in Africa. There's always a frontier. Right now, there isn't really one. Right? We're what's the the famous phrase? You're born too late to conquer the New World, born too early to conquer the stars. So I guess it's this sentiment. I'm definitely psychoanalyzing it. I think everybody's psychoanalyzing because it's just a penguin at the end of the day.
It's a lot
enjoyable.
like the bleed out spot reels.
Yeah.
Almost.
Totally.
You know what I
It's
mean?
the exact same vein. Yeah.
It's also a reason why a lot of men become so soft, because there's nothing for them to aspire to anymore. Right. But not realizing that, in my view, the new frontier is retaking the world back for Christ. Like, that is our West.
Totally.
Because that's going to require of us our life. Right. We're going to have to go through some hard stuff to do that.